Trading is business and a really, really tough one. You have to trade with incredible discipline. I consider myself to be a really good day trader. However, even myself, I had quite a few moments of weakness. As I've said before, sometimes it is our human nature to do things that we know that we shouldn't. And there was one trading day in my trading career when I lost a lot of money in just one day. I was very, very upset and I started trading and I had quite a few losing trades right away, and then I just kept going. And I kept going and going until I lost so much money that I should probably not even tell you. And then I kept trading until the moment when I finally found enough strength inside myself to just accept it and switch off the computer. However, some people lose everything. And there are day traders who lost millions of dollars. And it is not because they are stupid or not because they have a bad strategy or a bad system. No, they were weak at that very moment. And they were just simply human. And all of us are human. And that's why it is so important. And that's why I want to cover these topics before we go to and start with the technical aspects of trading. There are traders who mortgaged up their homes and lost still everything and ended up on the street. There are quite a lot of cases like that, and you must never do such things. So you must never trade with somebody's money, especially in the beginning. And until this day, I don't really accept anybody's investments. I do trade with money of my family, a few family members, but that's it. I don't accept any investments from my friends or I don't do any corporate work because, just simply because of the psychological strain that you are responsible for somebody's money. And I don't want to feel that responsibility. That's why I don't trade with anybody's money except a few really close relatives. And that's the idea. When you are trading, you should be calm, you should be peaceful, you should not have anything hanging over your head, such as debt. For example, a lot of people actually trade demo money and then they see, oh my God, I've made 300% income in 1 month, which is possible. When a really nice month, market is moving many points per day, and in the end of previous chapter I showed you an example of really good day when I made almost $10,000, and well, of course you need quite a substantial trading deposit to be able to make 10,000 per day, but I made quite a few percent of income from my initial deposit. And if you trade, like, sometimes there could be 1 month like this, and I had quite a few years back, I had really nice a few months and I made incredible amount of money. And sometimes people start trading demo and they feel like, oh my God, I'm making so much income, and instead of starting with a few $1,000s that they have in their own pocket, they actually go to somebody, borrow $50,000, $100,000, and then start trading. And then, as just the market is the devil, you know. And then as they start trading with that money, the market no longer giving them that result that they were looking for, their psychology starts to break down, and then they lose that money eventually, partially or all of it. And that's the reason why I never recommend trading in a bad mood. I never recommend trading with anybody's money. I never recommend taking a credit or borrowing money. You have to be peaceful, and you have to start with a thought that, well, here is the money, I'm ready to lose. That's the best approach. Another super important thing that I want to mention is your family, your friends, and people around you. You should not ever hide the fact that you're learning to trade or you're becoming a day trader. Don't hide this fact from people around you. You will need as much support as you can get, even emotionally. If you are married and you have a wife or a husband, then let them know that you are trading. This is the career that you really want to try to pursue. And especially if you've lost some money, don't hide it from there, because it will hang over your head, and you need to have support from people around you. When I started trading, I told everybody, I told all my best friends, I told my girlfriend. I told my mother and all my relatives around me, and everybody knew what I was doing. And not everybody supported me. Somebody laughed at me, actually. Well, but that's okay. But I still told everyone, and a lot of people supported me. And when I lost money in the beginning, I had tremendous support, and I was actually emotionally broken down, and I felt like I wasted a lot of my time, and that the life is against me and all those depressive things. A lot of people actually helped me, and especially my girlfriend. She pulled me through this process, and I'm forever in debt to her for doing that. And if I hid this fact from everybody around me, then maybe I would not be actually talking to you right now. Maybe I would have quit 6.5 years ago. So that is also very important. If you have friends, if you have family, tell them, let them know that you're taking this step, that you're learning, that you might be angry here and there, you're going through tough times, through difficult education process, and that you would appreciate emotional support throughout this period of time. And actually, as a matter of fact, in the very beginning of my trading with money, quite a few times my girlfriend sat there with me, and she watched how I traded for a few reasons. Reason number one is that I really wanted her to see how hard this job is, so that she would leave me alone and give me space at that time period of my life when I was going into money trading. And the reason number two, I wanted her to control me. In the very beginning, I had trouble controlling myself in terms of losses. So if I would lose more than, let's say, $30 or $50, then sometimes I would still continue trading further, and she would be there to stop me. And if there would be a nice day when I would make really nice income, and then after that I would start losing that money. So for example, I made $300. She would be the one to stop me and say, listen, let's keep these $200 and let's try again tomorrow. And she was an incredible support, and we traded together. And actually my girlfriend, she knows, and soon to become wife, she knows a lot about trading herself. So if you would ask her, she would tell you how to use an indicator, what is a key level, what is depth of market, and many other rules of trading. She's never tried trading herself. She doesn't like it. She's a photographer. But she knows a lot about it, because I was talking to her so much about it, and I would be explaining the structures, the systems, what I think about trading, my emotions, and she would be always there for me. She would always listen to me, even though she understood nothing, but ended up knowing quite a lot just through time and a lot of my talking to her about all of this stuff. But in general, that was an incredible support. And if you can get support like this, then get it, because it will be super valuable and you will benefit from it immensely. Right now, you're probably listening to me and not thinking very much of the information I'm giving you. However, trust me, once you start trading with money, and maybe very soon you'll start trading with a little bit more money and larger sums, oh God, I promise you, you will remember each single word that I told you, and you will understand why this is so important. Remember that I built this learning program based on my experience, and I structurized it in a way that is understandable, and I'm giving small bits and pieces of information when I think is the best moment to do so. So the whole process, the whole 150 lessons and bunch of homeworks and tests and so on have been built through my own understanding of my personal experience and my path as a trader. So if I thought that this wouldn't be that very important, I wouldn't be putting it out there, and I wouldn't be wasting your time with this talking about family, about support, about the difficulty of trading, and so on and so forth. This is simply the reality of trading and preparation of becoming a trader. And if you think about it, that's already a lot of work, and I understand that. However, on the other hand, this is one of the most profitable businesses out there in the world. And making $1 million per year of dollars or more or a little bit less, trust me, it's going to be worth your while. And to become a doctor, you need to spend 10, 12, 15 years. But with trading, you need to be patient, you need to learn all the aspects, and you need to follow all the recommendations. So you will be frustrated, you will be angry, and you will be tired and pissed, and maybe you'll want to quit, and that is okay. However, that amount of time will be just a few months, not 10, 12 years like becoming a doctor or 7 years becoming a lawyer. So, and the financial rewards are enormous. They are almost limitless. However, yeah, the limit is around 1 million per year. And if you are super smart, then maybe you can do more. But trust me, 1 million per year, it is good enough. And it's going to be worth your while. So please pay attention to everything I'm saying, and you will succeed. And that is the reason why I always recommend my students to, number one, start with small amount of money when you're trading. Even if you have a bunch of money laying around, still start with maybe $1,000, $2,000, $5,000, or if you have less money, that's okay. Some brokers will allow you to start with $500 as long as you choose a correct broker, and that we'll talk about as well. And then number two, don't rush this process. And I will keep telling you this throughout this learning program. And that's why there are quite a few limits in terms of this learning program. It will not let you go through too many lessons in one given day, because there are so many details that you must appreciate, you must record, you must study, you must do homework on in order to make sure that you will remember it. And that's why this process takes, I calculated, around 4 months to complete this learning program, and for a reason. If you'll do it in 1 month, theoretically you could do it in 1 month, maybe if you're sitting there every day, the whole day, and just learning and learning. However, I do not recommend doing it so quickly, simply because you will be missing out on too many important details if you're going to be running through the whole learning process. So take your time, don't rush, enjoy, and set your expectation to completing this learning program and taking full advantage of it, which will prepare you for the real world of financial markets. All right, enough of talking. Please don't forget about the test, and there will be no homework, so enjoy some time off, and I'll see you shortly in the next lesson.